everybody, welcome. Thank you for coming back, or thank you for joining me for the first time, if this is your first time here. Today I've pulled out some bits and bobs, whether I use them all or not I don't know. But this is Varnail, so this is a Varnail gel polish in the bottles. Milk almond I'm going for. Not a stark white, it's a beautiful colour. And then two of the solid creams. I've got pink white and dusty rose. Now I want to use some gold snowflakes, which I've just got again when I got my last haul from Varnail. I've got these metal snowflakes. These are lovely actually. They are very, very thin. So if you want to bend them slightly to stick on top of your polish, then you can do. So I pulled a few of them out so you can see all the shapes. Lots of different ones in there. Like I said, very, very fine. So all I did was put one on my finger and then just roll over it and it'll curl it a little bit if you want. I'm going to use a builder gel. Now this one I've just decanted into this handy pump action pot. So for this bit you can use whatever you want. You can use acrylic, you can use builder gel, you can just put a stick on tip on if you want, but I'm going to build this because I've stuck these tips on. I'm not showing you that because you've seen hundreds of them, haven't you? So above the surface, stuck the tips on, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one in all gold, and I've got this glitter platinum gel. This one is G01. There's a few different shades. There's proper gold, there's rose gold, silver. Have a look. I think there's even pinks and things. So have a look on the website for that. But I want to build the shape into it because they're very long, so I need to build the back of them a bit. So I'm going to do that and paint that. And then I'm going to put a bit of a pattern on all the others, or just like a glitter fade. So I'll get straight on and I'll base coat them all first. And the base coat comes in 15ml pots again, in the nice glass bottles. So I'll base coat these and then I'll come back and we'll put some builder gel on. So I've done the little finger totally, and I'm just doing this index finger, and I'm putting a little slip layer on first. So you get a little bit on your brush and just coat where you want the rest of the gel to go, and don't cure it, and then go back in with quite a decent sized bead of your builder gel. So I'm working it up with that little cushion. Keep your brush attached to it so you don't get too many air bubbles in. And you push it to within about 1 millimetre of your cuticle. If you get any on it, wipe it off before you cure. And then I've just got my finger facing down and just working it down the nail. Just checking that I've got some on the sides. And I'm going to cure it. Now it's quite runny, this one, so I'm going to cure in between doing each coat. So put as much or as little as you can coat with, and then give it a little cure, and then come back and put some more on. So I'm just having a look at it from the side, so I'm pointing out where I want to build it up a little bit. So I'm not going to work this down too much because I want quite a bit of depth there. So I'm trying to leave the middle of the cushion where it is and then just blend it down. That's it. Now this oval Varnail brush that I'm showing you comes in the set of the 10 solid cream gels that I bought, so you can buy it separately I believe. And I'm just going in with, on the edge of these tips, just the pink white. So I'll just put you a bit of Christmas music on while you watch this. So I'm just finishing off encapsulating all those snowflakes and that pink white with the builder gel. I've filed it over the sides. I've not used me file at all on this, just a hand file. And then I've cleaned them with some alcohol wipes, and I'm just giving them a base coat all over each nail because I'm going to use some gel polish on top. So when I've given each one quite a thin coat, I'm going to cure that, and then I'm going to come back with some more base gel. I'll show you where. So I'm just putting some at the bottom because I'm going to come in at the top around the cuticle with Dusty Rose, and I want it to blend away at the bottom. So I thought, because it's a solid cream, the easiest way to do that was to blend it onto some base coat. I might have done it without if I'd have found my ombre brush out, but this is how I did it anyway. Just blend that down onto there. So I'm doing that on both nails. Pulled it down a bit far this, so I'm just taking a bit off. So I've given that a couple of coats. So I'm doing it again with the base at the bottom and the pink at the top. And then after these I'm going to move on to the gorgeous gold glitter. Since I've finished I just keep looking at the hand, the glitter's just gorgeous. So I want to do this as a French, so I got these stickers from Varnail when I put my order in, and they won't stick on your sticky surface, they'll just slide about on the top of it. So if you are going to use these foams, just wipe that off first. And I'm cutting these edges off because I can't get it to tuck in. So I'm just going to get my scissors out and get rid of that edge bit. That's it. Now if you're using these as a guide, you're going to go over them a little bit, so you need to take them off before you cure the paint or the gel polish. So these, I'm just showing you these really, because if you're good at drawing this line around with the liner brush, that's fine. But these are very handy if you have a problem getting them straight at both sides or anything like that. There we go. So that's a guide to go up to. What you could also do is, if you've painted the whole nail in your colour, you could cure that, wipe off your sticky layer, put that on and then paint from the sticker down. So you're just painting your free edge with it. So instead of putting some on a palette, I'm dipping it in the pot just to go around that edge a little bit more. And here it is. Oh, it's just stunning. Actually, looking at that now with that one coat, that might have been a good background for those snowflakes. They still would have stood out on that. Do you ever change your mind when you're doing sets and think, oh, I could have done that? I'll put you another little tune on while I get this painting done.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go. reach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows in.
Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go on beach at Christmas? So I have put a top coat on top of it, and then I've buffed it because I find it easy to paint on a buff surface. And I just want to paint on some little swirls. I could have made this into a bow actually, I realised, but I didn't. It's just like ribbons. And I'm using the pink white. So it's not a gel paint as such, but it was good enough. It covered the gold. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty. So I was going to use the one in the bottle, but I decided that was too runny to paint over things. But this solid paint was good. So if you've not commented before, don't be shy. Leave a comment. Most of the time I'll reply to you. I'll put something back. Occasionally I will just click a little red heart. That means I've read it and I've seen it, and I'd really appreciate it. The only times I'll just click a heart is if I ain't got time, if I'm just having a quick look. I don't know if any other YouTubers are the same as me, but every single morning when I get up I have a look and see if there's any comments. And see if there's any new subscribers. I really appreciate it. So I do put quite a lot of the videos into playlists. Some of them they're in a few different playlists because it depends on what you're looking for. But if you're working away, you can set them running if you like, and see everything in that sort of grouping. Like it could be a group of collabs, or could be a group of hauls, things I've bought, or reviews, things like that. So with that top coat, if this was on a person, I'd use some gem glue, but I'm just going to stick a little gem into that top coat. So I quite like them. I was quite happy with them. They're subtle and pretty, I think. Let me know what you think below. And let me know what you're up to. I'll leave you with some pictures. Don't forget, subscribe and like if you've enjoyed the video. I appreciate that so much. I love you loads. Take care of each other, and I will see you soon. Bye.